Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks on Ungainly Titan. We're here on Siegfried Line War. Standard battle, I'm on the M26 Pershing. We're at Tier 8, it's Tier 9 battle, and there are some Tier 7s on the map as well. And I decided in this case that I was going to go scouting on the field, mostly because I'm out on the field already. And I was wondering exactly what approach to take. When I saw the two tanks heading out to the field, I thought it might be worth having a look out on the field and see if I could spot enemy tanks. Particularly when it looks like the two light tanks are actually heading towards the town. So I thought, right, there's a reasonably effective route that you can take out towards the edge of the map, which minimises my potential for being spotted and gives me some options for escaping, as long as I have tanks covering me behind me on the high ground, so they can shoot anything that I spot. I don't want to go too close to the road too soon, because then there's a chance I could be spotted by stuff that's actually out of the range of the guys behind me. What I'm aiming for is this piece of low ground by the side of the road, because it's reasonably well hidden from the actual main gate of the town. And it's very well hidden from any tanks to the north of me. I can really only be seen when I pop up over the edge to spot people. Now that WZ-132A is going to be a bit of a problem, because he can spot me. I'm close enough to the town to be spotted by him. And so I have a strong incentive to try and get rid of him. And he's hanging around there, so he's making himself a bit of a target. Now I am spotting tanks to the north of me, and I stick my turret a little bit too far over the top there, because I didn't have to do it. I could engage that WZ from over here, where the ground is rising towards the road, and I can shoot him without being shot by the tanks to the north of me. However, I do need to pop the ridgeline of the road every now and again to keep the guys to the north of me spotted, so the tanks behind me have something to shoot at. A thing that I momentarily forgot there, because I was just so busy engaging with the other tank. And that's actually allowed me spot a new tank. There's a heavy tank heading towards this position, and he's low enough at the moment to be actually out of effective fire from the tanks to my south around the high ground. And also the T-49 has entered into the area, so he's going to keep me proximity detected as long as I hug the road line, and I pretty much have to stay on the road line in order to not fall foul of the WZ-132A. That was him bouncing a shot off of me there, but I do need to keep peeking the ridge as well, so as the guys to the north of me get spotted. Now the heavy tank makes his move. He tries to cross over to take me out, but as soon as he crests the ridge, he gets taken out practically instantly, faster than I could react to his appearance. The T-49 wisely did not expose any of himself unnecessarily. He's more aware of the dangers of this kind of thing, and probably knew about the tanks down at the south of me anyway. He probably should be able to spot some of them. But we've managed to get rid of some of the tanks now beside me, so I have a little bit more freedom to operate, and two mediums are coming down to join me. Now I want to spot that 131 if I can as well, or 132. And if the T-49 gave me an opportunity to shoot him, I would do so as well, because obviously he's the guy that keeps me detected. Looks like some of my the tanks joining me have become fairly aggressive, and they're poking the ridgeline fairly aggressively. There aren't a lot of tanks now supporting the T-49, so it might be an opportune moment to cross over the top. However, I spot tanks coming into the central road, and I decided to open fire on them. I think it was well worthwhile doing, because it's part of the reason I come down here. That central road, if it's left, if you don't shoot at it from out in the field, it can be a good location for the enemies to engage tanks at the edge of the town. So I want to stop the enemies from side scraping off the buildings along the side of that road. Force them either forward into positions that are less advantageous. That said, everybody's piling in on the T-49, so I thought I'd chime in the fun. Bit of a kill steal there. Looks like the guy behind him is gone as well, so there's no supporting tanks on this side. So now we're clear to overrun the field. We have a light tank joining us as well. Some of the the tank destroyers have moved forward as well into more aggressive positions. I'm going to, I think, head straight for the town. We have a very strong numerical advantage at this point in the game, and the major enemy tanks still seem to be in the town. They're not. The medium and the light have come out. They haven't spotted anything out in the field or along the high ground to the north of the town. So it looks like all the remaining enemy tanks are in the actual town. So if I come up here to the road, I will be hull down. I'll be just showing the turret and using the gun depression of the tank to minimise my exposure, because I'm pretty much a one-shot kill. I don't want to show myself more than necessary, but if I can keep the attention of the object 430 pinned on me, then he's not going to be doing anything useful, which arguably he might be doing. You know, he's got a pretty rapid fire. If you think about the number of times his gun can fire compared to the number of opportunities he gets to fire the gun, by remaining down there waiting for me or the Tiger, both of whom he can penetrate and hit very easily, to pop up, you can see that he's kind of missed a few opportunities really, and I think he could have used that tank more usefully elsewhere. Waffenträger just got wiped out there by the tank destroyer. And the object 430 is taking more damage. There's tanks closing in and out from every direction, so it's pretty much irrelevant as to what he does at this point. Myself and the Tiger have pretty much done our job in terms of keeping him pinned, keeping him occupied, and giving him the illusion that he was doing something useful. I think I just put that one into the statue at the end of the street. Wasn't anything useful at all. However, the game's over. We have victory, and we've done our bit. So we finish up with about 1600 damage. Enough for a fire for effect. We get about the same amount of assisted damage, which is again justified our move. Second class mastery, and we came second by experience, which is not bad. The top two tanks are actually both tier 8s in a tier 9 game. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider giving it a like, and if you have not already done so, please consider giving the channel a subscription. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll catch you again soon.